I've been asked to say a few words about building and developing a community. I can tell you there is no magic wand to be waved that will improve the quality of life or increase community involvement. When a community declines, it is often a slow fade. And the same is true when the community improves. But there are also things that residents of the local community can do that impact the local community. And one of those greatest pieces is negativity versus a positive focus. It's the focus about what's going on in the community, taking ownership of the community through local leadership, volunteerism, and involvement. This is a key step forward to improvement, but it does require work, and it requires a positive focus. Negativity is contagious, but so is a positive community attitude. Do not let negativity be what your community is known for. Every organization and community in America needs involved individuals. Oftentimes, just a single spark plug, someone who takes the project on and nurtures it. Sometimes that's all that's needed. Every event needs a champion or a spark plug that gets people connected and organized. Are you that person for this community? What attracted you to this community? Rally behind that. If locals reject your enthusiasm, prove them wrong. If you are local and negative, resolve to turn over a new leaf. It's time to forgive and forget. It's time to set goals and work toward them. And maybe you're saying, David, I just don't want to be positive. Well, here's some other good news. Positive people are healthier, they live longer, and they are happier. If you don't want to take on a positive approach for your community, do it for your own health and well-being. There are great opportunities to get involved in this community. Several of those nonprofits are represented here at our event and on this video, and they're going to share with us about how you can volunteer and help make your community better.
And we take on projects that helps the facility. All of our funds that we raise from our various fundraisers all go back into the facility. We just recently purchased a label system for the laundry so that people's names could be put into their clothing and personal effects in their rooms so that they can keep track of it better through the laundry. That's just one of the many things that we do. We have several fundraisers through the year. We have 4 bake sales. We have a big soup and salad luncheon, which is coming up in October. It's a very rewarding place to work. We do a weekly ice cream delivery. We have an ice cream freezer that we take around through the building and give away ice cream to the residents in the facility. That was today. That's a Thursday event. So that's all that they're waiting for us, just like they are when we do Funny Money and some of the other activities that we do. We look forward to some of these things. So we would encourage any of you to come if you're interested. We have right now currently a very active group of about between 25 and 30. To be a member, there are a few requirements. You have to have a TB test to be able to work in the nursing home at all. You have to have a background check when you first start, which is common for any organization anymore. And then we get free flu shots every year, but you are required to have a flu shot if you work with the residents during flu season particularly. So. But other than that, we do a lot of different things, but one of the nice things I think about the auxiliary is that you can do what you want to do as far as the different activities if you're in.
Freeway Ministry started back in 2007 with 3 guys that got on an altar. 2 of those guys had an addiction background, 1 guy did not, and they decided to start a recovery ministry years ago at Broadway Baptist, and from that they gave them a little house, had 8 guys in it the first night. By the second meeting they had 35. They soon outgrew that. Right now there will be close to 600 people on a Saturday night, in the North Campus. There's a campus in Marshfield, Missouri that has about 115. There's a campus in Omaha, Nebraska that runs somewhere around 160. There's a campus in Veneta, Oklahoma that just opened up. We just opened up one in January here in Ash Grove, and there's a one in Cape Town, South Africa. And we'll average somewhere on Ash Grove in the proximity of 65 people lately through the summer. We've had 250 people in the building. And so it started as a recovery ministry. And the truth is that every single body we know has problems with addiction. It may not be you personally, but you're personally probably attached to somebody that does. Missouri is one of the worst places in the United States with an opiate problem. We rank way up there. And with that comes broken homes, comes child abuse, comes theft, comes all of those things. And we believe that at the heart of every problem is a problem of the heart. And so we try to connect people with Jesus Christ. We also are looking in our community specifically to buy a house, a men's house, where we would house 6 to 8 men in that house. And in that, we teach them we make them pay restitution. We teach them to get a degree, whether that be their high school diploma, GED, or whether they go on. Many of the guys that graduate out there go on to Bible college. We teach them how to be dads and men, and how to take care of their kids, and we try to connect families. And it's no secret, if we look around in our world, that America has an epidemic problem with brokenness. And so to start at the root of that problem and fix that is essential. Every freeway has to have a local church that is its governing body, and so they're not their own entity, they're connected to a local church. And it takes a lot of resources. Our success rate is somewhere around 50%. Costs a lot, it's got a lot of heartache, a lot of ups and downs. But in that, we're rescuing people and changing lives. And you know, a lot of people say, well, I don't know if I want anything like that in my community. Well, I'm just going to tell you it's here. And so you got to decide, do I want them being restored and fixed, and the guy that was going to rob me one week is the guy that's carrying my groceries the next week? Do I want to see them put back together? It's just a vital ministry, and God's really blessing that ministry through there. So we spend a lot of time investing in people's lives and trying to get them to be a vital part of society and start giving back instead of taking from. And we're also, when we get a men's house established, we're looking to start a women's house. If we can house 4 women in a women's house. They don't get along as good as guys do.
What types of volunteer opportunities exist here at Ash Grove?
So what we'll do on any given Saturday night is that we'll bring people in. If they need a ride, we will bus them. And we also bring them in. We feed them. We have a dinner at 6 o'clock. There's always an opportunity. If a church wants to do a short-term local mission trip, they can come and serve food. Miss Shirley Allred is one of our night leaders. And we do child care for all their kids. And so at any given night, we could have, 35, 40 kids running upstairs, which in itself is a whole other world. That'll teach you to pray. And so there's a lot of opportunities to serve. Last week we had 2 different churches that were in the freeway ministry looking to start a freeway ministry. And we work with the probate courts, we work with the county judges, we work with parole offices, and we have access to go in and rescue people, providing they meet some criteria and guidelines. And so churches that would like any kind of information, how they can be involved, what it looks like, maybe training for pastors, because everybody gets to deal with it on some end, and sometimes they're not trained. And so we offer that also, where we could do outreaches and help folks. There's a lot of opportunities to serve. And of course, anybody can give towards that ministry. Everything that goes into that ministry is funded in that ministry. And since then, they have put on carnivals. They have put on, if anybody went to Pennington's and ate free hamburgers and hot dogs not long ago with a tent, that was all freeway ministry. They have taken their own money up and put that on for the community. No questions asked. Just to love on folks. And you know, sometimes we think it's not a big deal, but if it's your kid or your grandkid and they're going wild and they're about to die and somebody rescues them, it's a big deal to that.
We do have certain projects that we do every year, and during this year, 2018, we sponsored Sparks in the Park, which just was completed, and I'm very happy to announce that our attendance was up a lot this year, so that a lot of people got to enjoy the happenings at the park as well as the fireworks. Coming in September, we are bringing a circus to town. So in the park, we will have the big tent up, and they will be doing 2 shows. It's on a Thursday at, I forget the times, but we'll advertise at the proper time. I think it's like 5:30 and 7:30, but there are 2 shows that night, the Culpeper and Merriweather Circus. We also sponsor Rendezvous each year. Rendezvous is the 3rd Saturday. This year, that is October the 20th. And that takes place downtown and at the park. We are looking for growth again this year. We've got some new things that are coming, and there'll be good surprises for everyone. The Christmas Parade is another one of our activities. That's the 1st Saturday in December. This year, that's December the 1st. So we do that. We also put up the Christmas tree at the 4-way stop, the lighted tree. So we'll be doing that as well in September. A lot of things that involve a lot of people. We really could use some more people to help us, some more hands. And we would love to have you, if you're interested in being on the planning committees, that would be great. But if you're just more interested in volunteering, whether you want to volunteer for only one event, for only 1 hour, okay, we'll take it. We have lots of smaller jobs, we have middle-sized jobs, and we have larger jobs. And we want to keep this organization vital. We, the last couple of years, have really got energy moving in the right direction, and we would like to see that continue. And with some new helpers, we see a bright future for the HTC. So.
But Care to Learn has been huge for our community. What Care to Learn is it's a fund and an organization that provides for the needs of our students in the Ash Grove School District. So if they're 4 or if they're 18 years old and they have a need, Care to Learn can step in and that day meet their need. Some of the needs that we meet are hunger. So every week we send home a backpack full of food with 45 students in the Ash Grove School District. In the high school, we've been able to put in a pantry where high school students can go in and get what they need if they don't want to carry that backpack home, or maybe they just need a snack to make it through the day. Some of the other needs that we meet are hygiene, maybe shampoo or clothing, long sleeves in the winter, new shoes. It's truly amazing, and it's hard to know that that need is there until you see it, and my eyes have really been opened, just being the head of this organization. The other needs that we meet are health, and for the health ones, we can send a student to Clear Creek and get their dental needs met, or get their eyeglasses, or to a doctor for some ADHD medication so they can focus in school. So it's truly amazing what this organization can do for the students, because every student deserves to be successful. They deserve to have an awesome start in school and in their life, and so what we really do and how we do that is it's a fund, it's money, and so we do that through volunteers and putting on fundraisers. We do that through people just writing us a check and saying, here, we want to give to you, we want this to go to a kid, and so any way that you guys can help is huge. We do several fundraisers. The one main thing is we are raising money for the students in Ash Grove. So thank you very much.